Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Today I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about a Mcgrath palette. I know that it is not available anymore. I know that there was a huge controversy regarding this palette, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it. I know that it's a palette that made a lot of people not want to purchase things from Mcgrath anymore, and that is the Star Wars palette. And I want to kind of explain how I got my hands on one, because it was definitely sold out before I had the chance to get it off of her site. And which was something that really kind of didn't like upset me. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm gonna jump off a cliff. But I was kind of like, this is crazy. Like, I literally didn't even have a minute to purchase it. I put it in my cart and it was sold out. I expected it to be sold out pretty quick, so that's why I was kind of on there ready and waiting and credit card in hand and just getting ready, and still didn't get it. And that to me was very, very weird, just because I thought, okay, she's got to expect that this is going to be a hot one, you know? So I did get my hands on one. Unfortunately, the packaging came very damaged. It's gorgeous. I wanted it not because I'm a Star Wars fan. I've never even seen Star Wars videos or movies. I wanted it because I don't have this palette in either packaging, the black or the gold. This is the only palette of hers that I didn't own. So I wanted this, and it came like this. And I waited so long to get this. So how I was able to get my hands on this palette was I commented on one of Pat McGrath's posts, and I said, you know, it was really disappointing to not be able to get this palette. I waited forever, and I made sure that I was sitting in front of my computer. And so and I said, and as a true fan, as someone that collects your makeup and purchases it for the love of makeup, not because I want to sell it on eBay or whatever a reason, it was just very disappointing that this is how this situation was handled. Because one, I think that your cart should have been reserved. Two, you should have had a limit on how many of these you could buy. And three, she should have made more. So she responded to my post or to my comment on her post and told me to message her. So I did, thinking I'm not going to get a response. You know, this woman's busy. Like, why would she respond to me? I'm sure and she wrote that to a lot of people. So I really thought, she's not going to respond to me. She's busy. There's probably hundreds of people messaging her. One, because they're seeing that she's saying that. And so everyone, even people that aren't commenting, are probably like, oh, well, I'm going to message her. She's saying to message her. But she did respond, and it was her. I mean, at least she put her name at the bottom of her messages. You know, she would put expat at the bottom. So I was at first very shocked, and the first message did not have expat or expat. It had just a response, and so I just thought, oh, I'm sure it's just a generic response from somebody on her team that's just responding to her messages. She explained what happened. She said that they were having to cancel a bunch of orders because people were placing lots of them. And then obviously she found out that they were just selling them on eBay or just selling them wherever. And that was not what she made this palette for, you know, for her fans, for her true fans to get gouged out of wanting this palette. And so, oh, my camera's like crooked. Okay. And so she said that she would make sure that I got one. And I was kind of like, okay, what does that mean? Like, am I going to get a free palette? Or is she going to just like find me one? I don't know. And so we actually had a few conversations. She had somebody on her team, a staff member, email me, and they emailed me. They basically sent me an invoice for the Star Wars palette, and I purchased it. And it did take a minute to get it, which is fine. And they threw in a free lipstick, which was awesome. I thought that was really, really cool of them, and it's a beautiful color. This is the one they threw in. Beautiful, beautiful color. Love the packaging. This is stunning. So I messaged her and I told her, you know, I paid the invoice, but I still haven't received a shipping confirmation or anything. So I just wanted to make sure that it's coming and when. And literally the next day I got a shipping confirmation, and then the next day after that it came, which was yesterday. And I was so excited. I didn't even open it. My daughter was the one that opened it because she was so excited too. And she opened it and she goes, ah. And I was like, what? And she goes, it's broken. And I was like, no, it's not. I've never received anything, I don't think, from Pat McGrath that was broken. Oh no, maybe one of her, when she first did these little ones, I think one of them came shattered, just one of the eyeshadows, and they replaced it. But I was just like, you have to be kidding me. So it's this one that broke. The rest of them are not broken. They're just covered in eyeshadow. And I accidentally dug my nail into that one. So this one was kind of all over, but I pushed it back into place. I tried to wipe it clean to make it like as nice as possible, so that it didn't look like this, you know. Like I took a face wipe and tried to kind of go around the edges of all the eyeshadows to make it more clean, like I said, cleaner, and it didn't work because I did that last night, and it seems even dirtier than it was before, and I haven't even done anything with it. I just put it down. So I sent her a picture of it, and she said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I will get on it and we'll get you another one. And then she messaged me again and said, you know, send this exact message or whatever to my staff member and they will get you a new one ASAP. So I know that people are upset with the way that things were handled with the Star Wars palette. I bought this mainly to collect it. I will be straight up and honest. This palette is beautiful. I don't own any of her palettes that come in a different color. All the palettes I own are black. I know she's come out with a lavender one, and I really wanted that one, but I just couldn't bring myself to buy it, for one, because I own it already, like the colors in it, and I couldn't bring myself to pay $120 for literally packaging because I already owned the eyeshadows. Had I not already owned it, I definitely would have bought it. But so that was also a plus, that I didn't own the palette, and that it came in a different type of packaging than any of the other ones. So it was really, really exciting for me. So I was really sad when it was broken, but I think it's really awesome that she's replacing it. I think that it kind of is also, people are getting a little bit crazy over this, and I think that to me is odd, only because Pat can't control. Yes, and as I said already, the way she could have made things different is, one, making sure your cart was reserved. When you put it in your cart, once you do that, it's yours for the next like 8 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever. And then limiting how many people can buy. But I don't think she ever really had to worry about doing that before. So maybe they didn't think about the fact that they should have done that. And I mean, someone on her team really like should have explained to her, you know, this is going to be a really hot item, not only for the people that love you, but the people that love Star Wars are going to want this, because Star Wars fans are like die hard, like, you know, die hard. So I think people are kind of holding her responsible for something that she really didn't anticipate happening, which is that people would be ordering 10 or 20 pallets at a time and then selling them on eBay. I even got messages on Instagram asking me if I wanted to purchase their pallet. And had I not already received that message from Pat Mcgrath, I would have possibly done it, just because of the fact that I wanted it so bad and I didn't own it. I don't, you know, so they would have got me like the little vultures, you know. They weren't asking an astronomical amount that is like completely different than, it's different than what I thought. Like I thought they were gonna ask me for like $500. They asked me for like 250 or 200 or something like that. Which is still a lot for a pallet, but it's not like, I heard that there were people on eBay selling it for like 1,000. So that's crazy. But I do think that it is amazing that she is, that she reached out to people and that she is replacing their pallets, or not replacing them, but sending people pallets. I'm sure there is a limit. I doubt that she has an unlimited amount of Star Wars pallets just sitting there. Her staff member told me that this was a Pat Mcgrath pallet that was meant to be in the vault. So I'm sure she has like her palettes that she makes that she knows are limited edition, like the lavender palette. I'm sure there's other ones. I think there was another one that has like gold trim. And then she probably just keeps those there. Well, they told me that that's what that was meant for, but she's opening up her vault to get palettes to her true fans, people that really love her makeup and love her artistry and not just trying to purchase them to resell them. So I was definitely on the no Pat train, like, but I am definitely going to purchase from her again, because I feel like she went above and beyond to make sure that I had a palette, and I am nobody to her. I am not a celebrity. I am not my influence on Instagram is tiny. My influence on Instagram is tiny. She could have just ignored me. But she is choosing to make sure I have it, and made sure I had it, even though it came broken. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate her effort in trying to make the people that actually love her get the palette. So those are my thoughts. I like the palette. The colors are beautiful. I haven't really swatched anything because, like I said, it's a mess. The swatches aren't going to come out true to what they would be because they're covered in the other eyeshadow. So I'm not going to make another video. I may post a picture on Instagram once I receive the other palette, just showing some swatches in the palette itself. But I'm not going to make another video because I think this is like the second one I've made. The first one was me being pissed off and I should have got a palette and blah, blah, blah. So, all right, guys. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a wonderful month. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.